Dear Brennan and Rich Evans. I mean, it was not that.
I'll take that.
It was.
I'll take
it
that.
was not anyway.
I really do feel like your laugh can occasionally really hit those Rich Evans points.
What constitutes being a waifu? For instance, Woolie said in Bloodstained, it contained waifu elements, which I saw some get upset, thinking it's simply a character customization. I had trouble wording what makes something waifu in the past, and I've never been able to get it down pat. Xenoblade 2 is the most definitely a waifu game. Fire Emblem and Awakening and Persona. However, when I say this, the others question why Xenoblade 1X or earlier FE games or SMT aren't waifu games. Help a friend out explaining his reasoning, because there's a difference between SMT and Persona when it comes to waifu stuff.
Got it.
This came up recently because I talked about it in Bloodstained.
Saw a lot of people saying this, and I also said something similar.
Yeah, and it kind of like I got irked by this because a lot of people were just like going off and saying like, man, Woolie fucking hates it and all, and like we're inferring a lot that I didn't say.
You're inferring much waifu judgment that we are not making.
And I'm just like, I find it hilarious that it's like I can see the designs for like what they put as accessories on the characters to make them appealing in that way. But I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not judging them. I'm not calling it something that is like, don't do this. I hate that. So I that was so far off that I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? I can
break it down in what I believe are 3 core elements. 1, anime. Anime flavor is important to calling something a waifu thing. 2, main character, cute girl. Specifically, cute girl. Not that she's super hot, but she's cute. 3, character customization that makes that cute girl cuter. These make a waifu system.
I mean, that's pretty vague.
It is.
Yeah.
It's broad.
It is pretty broad. To me, it's a feeling of like if you take a character and like if you take someone that would otherwise be like fairly plain in design, even if they're already sort of cute or whatever, and you add elements to them that are like accessories or like clothing items that like hit a particular flavor, you know? So I feel like you know how we talk about like you take a normal kid and then you give him that one streak of white and then you put the hat backwards and you give him the gloves and suddenly you've got a protagonist from a shonen anime.
That's right.
Right? And like it's the same flavor where you add these accessories where it's like, okay, so now this nun has a little in Bloodstained specifically, she's got the what the fuck is it called? The leg. Garter. She has the garter and then
one leg.
Right, over one leg, like a literal wife does on the wedding day, mind you. She's got the little thing on the head, little hat thing that's like a particular flavor, and then the opening at the legs with the tights on them, where you can see
she's got the habit that has the split, but her boobs are too big, so it pushes the split out.
And then you can see the G-taste leggings underneath, you know. And I'm like, that's where you took a normal sort of done, and you added these little flavors to it that are all flavors that people are particularly into.
Now, I want to point something out. People are going, Pat, you're wrong. Of course I'm wrong. But no, seriously. I'm describing a waifu system. There are also waifu games. And the waifu game is defined by having numerous, like, archetypes designed for
different
your
tastes.
penis.
Pick your favorite.
Right? Depending on which, like, side of the fence you swing on, or if you sit on the fence, Mass Effect is a waifu game, a husbando game, or a waifu husbando game.
Sure, if you go back long enough, anything like harem, Love Hina,
Fire Emblem is
you can say that you pick your waifus from that. Yeah, the word just came about.
I'm very happy with that.
Yes, rife with wife.
Yes.
Not bad. It just came about eventually, you know, as something that like it already existed in the form of like we used to just say things like harem choices.
Yeah,
you know. But it's like pick your favorite of this list. But
FF15 is a husbando game for real.
But yeah, like I think like you can have tame designs, but as long as they're different enough from each other, like Persona.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like you have tame archetypes, but like they're all like
the archetypes.
The archetypes. So what are you looking for? Do you want your literal sexy nurse?
Yeah.
Do you want your teacher? Do you want your like your sportsy athletic girl?
Yeah.
We've got your goofy kind of down to earth homegirl.
Yeah.
You know, like do you want your president incho?
Yeah.
You know, class rep. Like there's literally so you spread it all out like that.
You sure do.
And in the case of Bloodstained, it's like you can see like where they just you can see where they just they throw some accessories on / little things to the hairstyles and little little isms, perhaps to the voice or the character,
Yeah.
or the way they talk.
Make it really high pitched, make it really low pitched, give her sunglasses, give
Yeah.
her a French braid, etc.
And these are all things where you can be like, I never really thought about it, but I really have something for that little tooth sticking out.
Yep.
Or I really have something.
What is up with that? I don't get that one, but I guess that's a thing.
I have something for the thick-rimmed glasses.
Yep.
I
get that one.
Right? I have a particular flavor for chokers.
Yep.
Right? Like,
Get that one. You and me both. Persona 3 were like, if Yukari didn't have that fucking choker, I would just shoot her in the face. But the choker's cool.
Yeah, chokers are cool. But and that's all, and that's kind of what you sort of get is like these little like bits of that amount to the flavoring. Now, of course, what's to say when something is not a waifu thing attempt or not a waifuism or a game or whatever? I don't know. It's hard to really say because it's a bullshit made up term that doesn't really exist. So
it's not a real genre.
It's not really clear cut, but I think it's kind of funny.
It's a feeling.
It's a
feeling in your chest.
And I mean, ultimately, the moment you almost have a serious discussion about it, it's almost like, well, it was a joke. Like, people think it's funny to say the word wife in Japanese, and that's why everyone says it.
Comes from fucking Azumanga
It's just a funny
That
thing.
dude's a creep!
Yeah. But it's ultimately just like, it caught on because it was funny to say. And, like, there's not much analysis behind the feeling.
Everybody loves saying the word waifu and husbando. It's fucking hilarious.
The character from, what's that VR game called again?
You need to be...
Summer Lesson?
Yeah.
The fact that was like designed by committee to be as appealing as possible.
Yeah.
To a broad range.
And then here's a second one that's designed by committee to appeal to everyone. The first one didn't too.
And
the third one, same thing.
And they're also very like normal, tame look.
Yeah.
Like in terms of the accessories and all that.
Yeah, they're
stuff.
not like dragons.
No. That's a flavor. That's a flavor.
Yep. Is it?
If Lamias are.
Okay. Lamias are a flavor.
Snack.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about as far as I can take
steppy.
it. And most importantly, this is a no judgment zone. Not condemning anyone or anything that's doing the waifuism.
All right, so this is where, Woolie, on this podcast, you're right. It is a no judgment zone. However, and this is where I'm going to shill it, Woolie, you also have a Twitch and YouTube channel, yes?
Yeah.
That's WoolieVersus on both of those?
That's correct.
Is that also no judgment zone?
Yeah, unless I judge.
Okay. So on Angriest Pat, which is my Twitch channel, that is a high judgment zone.
Gotcha.
I will judge you probably to be disgusting. But that's fine.
But you're not judging as much as you are comparing to your own flavors.
No. Judgment.
Okay.
You foot people? Gross.
Oh.
You're gross.
Oh, we call them gross on ours too. But
on Angriest Pat. Here, no judgment.
Well, what actually ends up happening on WoolieVersus is I take all the things that we would be judging, and I just attribute them to Reggie.
Oh, dude, that's a lot. All of them?
They tend to go his direction.
Poor Reggie.
At the moment, Reggie's currently a foot fetishist, whether he knows it or not.
Yeah.
So
you see the little toe? It's scandal. Fuck you, people.
But yes, yes. Assumptions and inferring,